Welcome to Old Man Sports Talk. I'm your host, Old Man Nate, and I'm going to make this a really quick video. It's Halloween. I got to hand out candy. The grandkids got to go trick or treating, and I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to reveal my predictions for the first college football playoff of 2023 that will be revealed here in just an hour or so. So I'm going to make this really quick. I'm not even gonna have time to do the pop-ups like I normally do. So we'll just go through it. At 25, I've got Tulane coming in. It's gonna be ranked at 25th. They're 7-1. At 24 from the ACC, despite losing two in a row, I think they're still gonna be ranked a little bit. And I got North Carolina. At 23, also coming off a loss last week, I got at 6-2. I got Oregon State. At 22, I got another non-power 5 school coming in at with a record of 7-1 at Fresno State. At 21, I've got the Tennessee Volunteers at 6-2. At 20, I got the defending Big 12 champions also at 6-2 and still have a chance to repeat this year, the Kansas State Wildcats. At number 19, I've got the Miami Hurricanes also at 6-2. At number 18, with a big game this weekend against Alabama, and this game will probably determine on who represents the West in the SEC championship. I got the LSU Tigers. Coming in at 17, and this team may be still a little ranked too high, but I think they're really good, and they still have an outside shot making the Pac-12 championship. At 6-2, I got the Utah Utes. Coming in at 16 with and this team may be ranked too high for most people, but I had them in my top 25 already. So despite their win last weekend over a top 10 team, um, I've got them up here at 16. At 6-2, I got the Kansas Jayhawks. If you haven't already, please take the time right now to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That way you get notified every time Old Man Nate drops a video or goes live. Also, when this show is over, go over to oldmancoffee.shop and get you some coffee. You can also support Old Man Nate by getting you some tumblers or t-shirts. Like I said, I'm making this really quick video. I gotta go hand out candy. So, and I need to get this done. So here we go. Moving on. At number 15 with a big game this week, and this will really see how good they are, and also going to see how good their opponent is. From the SEC at a record of 7-1, I got the Missouri Tigers. Hey, thank Vontae. I don't know. Appreciate your like. By the way, Vontae, let me know what you think of my rankings. Be honest with me, okay? At 14, with a record of 7-1, still with a probably one of the two front runners for the ACC championship, the Louisville Cardinals. Coming in at 13, and this is my highest ranked non-power 5 school, with a record of 8-0, and as long as they keep winning, they're gonna, make a not gonna make a playoff, but they're gonna make a New Year's Six bowl. And they got a big game this weekend to secure the Commanders Cup game against the Army. I got the Air Force coming in at rank 13. By the way, I'm an Army guy, Army vet, and I don't think we got a chance this week. I think Air Force is going to run all over us. Coming in at 12, the last independent school we got at, with a record of 7-2, got Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Coming in at 11, with a record of 7-1 and outside shot, still heading up the SEC West. They got to win out, and they got to hope Alabama not only loses this weekend, but loses one more. Or actually, if LSU wins, then it would be a three-way tie, and I'm not sure what their tiebreaker with. Maybe the highest ranked team, which may end up being Ole Miss, right? We'll see. But yeah, at number 11, I got Ole Miss. Coming in at 10, despite their loss last week, I still got them in my top 10. They're 7-1. I got the Oklahoma Sooners. Coming in at 9, also with a record of 7-1. Ever since they lost to Texas, they've been offense looked way better, much more improved. Definitely looked to me like the best team in the SEC, but they got a tough game this weekend against LSU, and I think the really question is which is going to be better, um, Alabama's defense or LSU's offense. So, but Alabama, I got ranked number 9. Coming in at 8, despite their loss a couple weeks ago against the Washington Huskies, have ever since that loss have looked like the better team in the Pac-12. They may get that chance to rematch Washington with if they just keep winning. But at 7-1, I got the Oregon Ducks. Coming in at 7, they're also 7-1. Probably the third best team in the Big Ten, unfortunately, for the second year in a row. And they're on the wrong side of the division or in the wrong division. So they're just gonna, win and get a New Year's Six bowl, but got the Penn State Nittany Lions. Coming in at 6, bouncing back after their loss to Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. They've looked pretty impressive, unlike Oklahoma after the win. We got the Texas Longhorns. That team I've got sitting right outside the college football playoff right now at this time. They're 8-0, which, by the way, all the teams remaining are 8-0, okay? So, somebody of the 8-0 has gotta be left out right now. It'll all work itself out as a couple of these teams play each other, so it's gonna work itself out anyway. We have never had 4 undefeated teams. I know we've had 2 and maybe had 3. I gotta do a little more research on that. But at number 5 right now, only really because they've struggled the last couple of weeks ever since they beat Oregon, but I got Washington Huskies at number 5. Coming in at 4, and a lot of people are gonna slap me upside the head for this, but they of the 4 remaining teams, they have the well, 3 out of the 4, they have the less impressive win, but they've been the less impressive out of the Final 4 all season. So, at number 4, I got the back-to-back national champions, Georgia Bulldogs. Now, remember, I wanna say this. This year's poll has nothing to do with last year's or the last 2 years. So, just because they're the back-to-back national champion does not automatically put them at number 1. Our polls are based on this season and this season only. So, that's why I have them at number 4 because they've been the less impressive, and they played whoever was in front of them. I give them that. But there were times they struggled when they shouldn't have struggled, all right? There's a couple of these teams that haven't struggled at all right? So, um, number 3, I've got the Florida State Seminoles. They do have 2 good wins, but, they do have a struggle also against, Boston College. So, I got them at 3. At number 2, and some people probably could flip-flop these last 2, um, but, to me, they haven't been the most impressive all season. Yes, they have the more impressive wins than I have at number 1, but they haven't been consistently impressive. So, um, they really should have lost to Notre Dame, right? You can blame the loss on their win on Notre Dame's coaching failure or player not paying attention failure, whatever you wanna say. So, um, but they do have an impressive win over Penn State, and they're gonna get a chance to play who I have at number 1, so it'll work itself out. But at number 2 right now, I got the Ohio State Buckeyes. And at number 1, despite all the controversy, I don't think anything's gonna be done this season anyway. I just don't see it happening. I know a lot of people want it done right now because, um, and if and I when something happens like this, I do think the NCAA should rush to a judgment, but they never do. I mean, you can look at the past history to realize that they'll wait until it doesn't matter anymore, that they'll throw their punishment, and they'll affect players that have nothing to do with this. So, I don't think that anything's gonna happen this year, and I've got at number 1, basically because they've been consistently winning by a lot, by about their consistent win margin is by 30 points. So at number one, I got the Michigan Wolverines. So anyway, that's Old Man Nate's prediction for the college football playoffs that will be released here in just an hour or two. And I'll try to do a show. Well, I'm going out of town, so I won't be able to do it until I won't be back till Friday. So maybe Friday night I come on and see how I was, see how right or wrong I was on a lot of these. And or you can make comments. You can come on here, say, "Hey, Old Man Nate, you messed up, man. You was way off." They had Notre Dame at number one, which they're not gonna have that. Notre Dame got 2 losses, right? They could come in and say, let's see here, who's an undefeated team? Well, they say Washington number one, right? I got them at 5, right? They can say, I got Oklahoma at 10. I can say Oklahoma at 15, right? So, um, just come on in here. Let me comment. Let me know what you think of Old Man Nate's predictions. And again, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. That way you get notified every time Old Man Nate drops a video or goes live. I appreciate all you guys' support. You can also support me by going over to oldmancoffee.shop and getting you some coffee. We have 47 different flavors to choose from. You can also support Old Man Nate by getting a t-shirt or some tumblers to drink that coffee in. All right. I appreciate all your support. And until then, we'll see you next time right here on Old Man Sports Talk.